Well, Hideki Matsuyama had held the top spot in the FedEx Cup standings for 7 consecutive weeks before Scotty Scheffler notched his second victory of the season on Sunday at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. In fact, Hideki and Scotty are the only 2 players with multiple wins on their resume so far this season. Scotty winning in Phoenix and at Bay Hill, and Hideki winning the Zozo Championship and Sony Open in Hawaii. Now, the Japanese superstar arrives at TPC Sawgrass looking to win a Players' Championship. He did miss the cut last year. His best performance here was a tie for 7th in 2016. And as you see, he goes out early tomorrow morning, 7:40 a.m. Eastern Time. He will be joined by Joaquin Niemann and Cameron Smith. Really announced himself, guys, obviously, when he became the first ever male player from Japan to win the Masters, to win a major championship. And unfortunately, it all took place during the pandemic, so perhaps the hero's reception he would have had when he went home wasn't quite what it would have been, Eamon. He had to sit in a hotel room for a couple of weeks. But nevertheless, the mark he has made on this game in his country is huge.
Yeah, and it's probably, we won't see the real residue of that for probably another 5, 10, 15 years when the generations of kids that he's inspired move out. And that's the least number of people you'll ever see behind Hideki on the range, because typically there is just an army of Japanese media that follows his every move. He's under a tremendous amount of scrutiny, and he's actually played pretty well this year. He's one of the few guys who's made a lot of starts this year. Hideki's played 10 events already on the PGA Tour, and what's striking to me is how good he would be if he could actually putt at the level that he does everything else. Because right now he's 152nd in strokes gained putting. He's won twice, and he's 152nd in strokes gained putting. He's solid everywhere else throughout the bag, but if that, I guess he's testament to this idea now that you need to get hot once or twice a year, and you can have a terrific career out here, and that perhaps consistency is a little overvalued.
That's a great point, Eamon. I think it's testament also to what the golf courses and the setups out here and what golf has turned into in this modern era, this new era of TrackMan and all the analytics and everything that tell you that you've got to be, your putting can come and go, and his does, but you've got to be consistent from tee to green. You got to give yourself chances, and he's one of the best iron players over the last 5 years, right up there with Justin Thomas. And funny enough, when you look at it statistically, Paul Casey, also another phenomenal iron player, but one of the best. And this is a golf course that I expect him, before his career's over, I expect him to win at, Rolf. I really do. I expect him to win here. He's a great point A to point B player. I don't know if it's going to be this week for my own reasons, that being I don't know how well he's going to play with that golf swing, even though it's fantastic, in those high winds on this exacting of a golf course. I think he's going to need some, personally, I think he's going to need some calmer conditions around here to win the golf tournament.
Yeah, the wind is not going to be his friend. Those putting stats always worry me just a little bit, because it really doesn't give the proper weight to where you're putting from. And if you're a great iron player like Matsuyama is, and you have green complexes like we have here, you may have a green that's 5,000 square feet here, but really it's 4 little greens,
yeah.
that are 1,500 square feet each. And you get the ball in the right places on these holes, and the 15-footers are a lot easier. And that's very much the way it is at Augusta National. So I would think that, this should be a good week on paper. He's a great fit for this course, but I'm with you, Aaron. I don't think the wind will be his friend.
Well, and I say that, I say that, and then the Saturday he played at the Masters last year was in high winds on a very difficult golf course, and the guy shot 65. So we'll see.
I love what Eamon had to say about inspiring the next generation, kind of how we saw the effect of Sayuri Pak's breakthrough, and then all of a sudden a new generation of Korean superstars in the women's game, and perhaps we will see that. No doubt we've had some previously.